Hey guys, welcome to the video. It's Simon the Watch Guy. Today we're going to talk in quite a serious manner today actually. We're going to talk about what it means to be a watch collector, and actually guys, we're going to talk about whether you should become a watch collector. Now, I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but the end of the channel really is nigh now. I've kind of been putting it off for some time because I felt like I didn't want to let you guys down, but I was actually fueling my own obsession with watches. I think I was using the audience of this channel as a conduit, an escape, a way of justifying my purchases. You know, when I looked at, I don't know, maybe the Citizen, yeah, I wanted it myself, but in the back of my mind I was thinking, oh, the viewers of the channel are going to love this watch, they're going to love this. Same with the Bulova, same with everything, guys. Same with the Cartier Tank. It's on the leather strap. Put it back on this, as I promised I would. That's how it looks. It does look a lot smaller, doesn't it? It does look significantly smaller when it's on the leather, as opposed to the Cartier Tank bracelet. Now, guys, I just quickly want to show you this and we'll get right back on topic, because I only spotted this the other day and it's a sheer work of genius by Cartier. If you actually look at the middle here, this bit here, you can see two backward C's. Look carefully. You can see two backward C's. And that just goes to show the level of workmanship, you know, everything has been thought about in the Cartier Tank. Can you see that now more clearly? Two backward C's, and that is the Cartier logo. So you know, even down to the actual strap, the clasp, how it fastens together, it was thought of by Cartier. And this is really the whole point of this video. Watch collecting, it really truly becomes an obsession, and in the end, you start to question whether it's really about the watches, it's about your own mindset, it's the thrill of the hunt. I have had a look at how many videos I created now, and I'm up to 47 watch videos. Now, that means I've purchased at least 47 watches, and there's probably another 30 that I haven't brought to the channel, which means in the last 3 years, I have bought 77 watches. 77 watches. It's crazy. It's absolutely... There's no need for it. There's no point. You've got to start to wonder whether it's a hobby or just a complete and utter obsession. I'm going to go through each one of the collection real quick because, like I say, we are nearing the end of the channel. So I just want to let you guys know why I've settled with these watches. This one here, when I finished university, I purchased this for myself. You know, some people buy Rolexes. I bought a Casio F91 when I finished university. And I finished university in 2014. It's 2020 at the time of recording. It is the 7th of November. And this is still running on the same battery. The watch cost me about £6. So, as of right now, it has cost me just £1 per year to run. For anyone in the US watching, that's probably about maybe $1.30 a year to run. This has been going on the same battery for 6 entire years. My plan is to forever keep that in the collection. I just want to see how long it is until the battery does give up. I've heard 10 years. Somebody even said 15 if they've never ever used the light or the timer, which I have. So I'm just super curious, because if the F91 was a little bit bigger, and I know there is a slightly bigger variant, but it does look quite a lot different in my opinion. I couldn't fault anybody. And I know a guy who he has a one watch collection. You can't even call it a collection, it's just he's got one watch, and it is the F91. And I don't blame him. I'm kind of envious. I wish I could just settle with one watch. But there you go. So next up, I reviewed this in the previous video. I went for the G-Shock. Now, I'd broken this one when I tried to mod it, so I've just cut the shell now, the actual casing, and my plan is that if this one, I bought the same one again, if this one ever looks tarnished, this was a successful mod, by the way, this was a negative, I've modded it positive, and it looks, in my opinion, beautiful. This is my favourite G-Shock that Casio have ever created, and whatever happens, I mean, this one is going to stay in the collection forever and a day. And then if the, like I say, if the case ever goes wrong, kaput, I damage it badly, I've got a brand new spare case, all of the links, everything's ready to go. I've even got a new seal, so that's taken care of. This one is, everyone should maybe look at a square. Whether or not you buy one, I don't know, but everyone should at least look at a square. This was also positive, negative display, which I modded to positive. This is the GW-B5600. It's a beautiful watch. It's got Bluetooth functionality. There's not much more to be said. It's so good that you kind of, it's a set it and forget it watch. It picks up the signal every single night. I think about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and it tries to get the multiband 6 signal. If it can't do it, it will try again an hour later, and it will also try to connect to Bluetooth and get your. It's permanently trying to be on time, 100% accurate. This is also multiband 6 as well, by the way. Over here we've got the Citizen. This is the CB0011-00E. This is a 10-year-old Citizen. I've recently bought it brand new, had it serviced because it arrived broken. Go and look at a few previous videos ago for this one. This is another one of those. I kind of, for a short while, a couple of weeks, months maybe, I got obsessed with the eco drives and the radio controlled, multiband. I just think that's fascinating. And for someone like me, who I attend meetings in work, I need my watches to be 100% accurate. I really do. I mean, even down to the second. I have to be punctual. It's part of my job. I have to be on a meeting at a certain time. If I'm a minute or 2 minutes late, if I had an automatic and I was losing 10, 20, 30 seconds a day, and I'm a few minutes late for a meeting, I can't do that in my job. I mean, I can. They're not going to fire me for it. But it doesn't look, if I can join the meeting early, then that's going to look even better. But hey, for the very vast majority of people, an automatic, it's probably not going to matter. It just depends on what you do day to day. The Bulova Curve, what can be said about this one? It's the world's first curved chronograph, and it is a bit of a beauty. Titanium. I do kind of wish that they didn't go with the rubber. I'm just not a fan of rubber straps on a watch that it's only 30 metre water resistance. It's a strange choice for me, and it's a proprietary strap, so you can't switch it out. It's probably the only reason I don't wear this too much. I'm worried that if the band ever does break, if the rubber strap ever breaks, you've got to hope Bulova or Citizen now, who own Bulova, you've got to hope they have a replacement, because otherwise, what would you do with the watch? I don't know. Again, the Citizen, you can see here, really, we've gone full circle. Casios, we've Citizens, Bulova, Citizen, and then obviously the Cartier Tank. But really, the whole obsession it must have started way back in about 2016. I've always liked watches, but the obsession really kicked off in 2016. Following a long-term relationship broke up. Was with the ex-partner for 7 years. 7 years, guys. And when she left, when it ended, I took my obsession, to get my mind off things, really, I went with watches. And it's been a journey. It's been an interesting journey. I've had Seikos. I've looked at Oris's. My friends have Oris watches. My friends have Rolex, the Milgauss. I have seen, I've purchased, I have reviewed, and quite a lot of watches, you know, everything from, you know, the Cartier of the world. You know, watches that I haven't brought to the channel but I've worn include Rolexes. I have worn a couple. Some of the 34mm, which I wasn't sure whether to ever get one because they were 34. I don't know. You know, things like swatches as well. It really doesn't matter. For me, it truly is and has been a hobby. But now I've got to the end of the hobby, and I really do think that if I was to keep any final two in the collection, it would be the G-Shock that you see in front of you here. This is the MTG-M900-1JF. Crazy that I remember these names off by heart. It just shows how obsessed I got. And probably the Cartier Tank, but on the metal, the stainless steel strap. And I think that's how I would kind of end out the collection. I think everything else is kind of surplus to requirements. I mean, I do love the case shape of the ProMaster Tough. It almost reminds me a little bit of a sub. Kind of to me looks like a little bit like a sub. Just the kind of case shape and the lugs just gives me that feel, that sense. But yeah, I think ultimately, in future, I can probably see myself having a 2-watch collection one day. And I think it's going to be this one here and the Cartier Tank. So I'm going to have a, you know, basically one do-it-all watch, one kind of beta watch, as they call it, and I guess you could call it a luxury watch, really. It is a luxury watch, you know, for those black tie events, which, let's face it, I don't really go to them, but if you ever need a watch that's going to suit a certain special occasion, this can be the one. It's quartz, so I don't need to wind it or wear it to make sure it's still working. As long as it's got a battery in, it's good to go for about 2-3 years, probably about 3 years, I think. So yeah, what more can be said, guys? I really hope everyone's enjoyed the channel over the years, but it's definitely, I think it's time now. I think it's time to seriously look at ending the channel, because, I mean, from a financial perspective as well, I never got sponsored, and that's kind of my biggest regret. You know, if I'd have maybe done some studio quality videos, which I could have done, it would have meant more time, more money, more effort. I could have done it. I chose not to. Not because I'm lazy, but because I just wanted to bring you guys raw footage of watches, you know. It was never about making money. It was never about trying to become a big YouTuber. It was just about bringing you my hobby. And along the way, I've met some fantastic people, people who've subscribed to the channel, who've been with me since the beginning, and some people who've been with me since about 5-6 months in. They've stuck around. There's one guy on the channel, he knows who he is, and he bought the Seiko Golden Tuner, you know, just because of my review. And there's been several people like that, you know. A few people commented on the Citizen on this one here, and they followed the story, and there's been a lot of great people who, and I have noticed you, you know, I do notice you guys coming back to the channel. So a big thank you for the comments, taking part in the channel, making it what it is. And I'll just end by saying this. I will bring you guys probably another 3 or 4 reviews with a little bit of a twist. There's going to be one more G-Shock, which is, I'm going to just tell you, it is on the way. It is the variant of this one here. So I can't remember the model number. It's basically the stainless steel white and grey version of this one. And then I'm going to bring some ladies' blovers to the channel, because a lot of ladies' watches, they tend to get ignored. And, you know, let's face it, guys, if we buy presents for our mothers, our sisters, our friends, you know, maybe that's something that we can look at. But I think ultimately, within the next 3 or 4 videos, I've probably got another maybe 5 videos left on the channel, and that will mark the end of Simon the Watch Guy. And don't feel sad. Don't feel that, oh no, we're not going to see any of these, the relatively affordable watches. We should all be happy, because I think there comes a time when you have to move on with the obsession. One guy commented on my last video. He said he's now obsessed with fragrances, aftershave, smelling, and it kind of dawned on me as well. I thought about that comment, and I thought, okay, yeah, he's moved on to maybe another obsession, maybe if you could call it an obsession, but at the same time, he's moved on, and I think sometimes in life we kind of have to, and that happens with relationships, it happens with jobs, it happens with pretty much everything really. Cars, food, tastes, what we like, what we don't like. And I will always like watches, but when you think of how many I've purchased and what I could have done with that money, it really strikes some chords. And I think, maybe lockdown, because we've been locked down in the UK now twice, with coronavirus, and I've had a lot more time to think and reflect, and not just grow as a watch collector, but grow as a person as well. So that's a long way of me saying that I think we've got about 5 videos left. Sorry, this was a depressing video, wasn't it? It's not supposed to be. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all the subscriptions we've had on the channel. I do hope people have enjoyed the 47 videos that we've brought so far on watches. And again, we will have 3 or 4 more before this channel is officially over. So again, stay tuned. Please do watch. More watches are coming very soon. And until next time, guys, take care, and I will definitely see you in the next one.